Hello guys, I'm Mazhar and we are solving the problems and how to do about aspirants who are looking for SAT entrance examination and basically how to crack. So here in my tutorial in the series of videos that I've prepared for the SAT, this is practice test 4 that I've taken. So we'll be learning how to do about the questions and how to approach within no time, within very short span of time you need to crack all those 20 questions. So let's just solve one by one. My first question, which is which of the following expressions is equal to 0 for some value of x? So among the set of options that you have, multiple choice questions, what you have to do, you don't have to just wander about each and every question. Some questions can be done easily as it is just absolute value function that we have. With the negatives, we know whatever value that you will take in place of x, it is always turned out ultimately a positive answer at the end. So I'm going to take x minus 1 as it is. They said for what equal to 0, remember that. So this is negative 1. So if I take in place of x as 0, as per they said equal to 0, the entire thing should be 0. So if I take this as 0, as I told you, it's an absolute value function. So negative 1 turns out and gives us positive 1 minus 1 is 0. So this itself is your first option, is your answer. Moving on to the second one. A function is given, linear function 3 by 2x. This is your output, entire 3 by 2x plus b, where b is a constant. We need to work it out and get the value of f of negative 2. And condition is given to us as like f of 6 is equal to 7. So it means this is your input x. So if you could just substitute that or replace x with 6, check what are we going to get our answer. And f of 6 is given as 7. 3 by 2 of 6 will give you 9 plus this is b, which is a constant. So b value is nothing but negative 2. Okay, what is the value of f of minus 2 they asked. So what you're going to do is f of minus 2 is nothing but you have to replace in place of x negative 2. Now you have got that b value which is a constant, but first try and substitute that negative 2 in place of x along with this negative 2 which we got it. Now this is simplified, you get minus 1. So minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. This is your exact answer. Most of the students, they get confused the moment they get b is equal to minus 2, which is the option over here, which is tricky, and they tend to write this negative 2 as the answer, which is absolutely wrong. They are asking us to work it out and get f of minus 2, not the value of b. Here b is negative 2, it's only a constant value. So moving on to the third one, we have two set of linear equation in two variables, x by y equals 6 and the other one 4 times the expression y plus 1 equals to x. If x comma y, the ordered pair, is the solution of the system of equations above, what is the value of y? So what are we going to do is you will replace one variable in terms of the other, so that your equation of linear equation in two variable will turn out and give you in one variable. So what I'm going to do is I'm replacing x as 6y because the answer is in terms of y. We need to work it out and get y. So I'm going to keep that y intact, replacing this x as 6y from this relationship what we had. So 4 times y plus 4 equals to 6y, bringing the y term together. So 4y minus 6y is equals to 4 minus 2y is equals to 4. So y is equals to negative 2. Do we have the option over here? Negative 2 is not there. So what we did is we have switched this 6 to here. Likewise, we need to switch this 4 to the other side. So it's negative 4. So it means positive. That means 2 is my answer. Only thing is we hadn't done that positive 4 shifting to the other side, which is negative 4. Okay. So now f of x is another function. Negative 2x plus 5. What is f of minus 3x equals to? So you just have to replace, as our question is f of x is negative 2x plus 5. They are asking us f of negative 3x. Replace x with negative 3x. So you get 6x plus 5. Bingo, that is B, your answer. Moving on to the next question, fifth one. We've got which of the following is equivalent to the expression. You just need to multiply this binomial with binomial and check which one is equivalent. When here there is no negativity, so all are positive terms. Definitely when you multiply a binomial and binomial, you get three terms. So this option goes out, this option goes out, this option, this itself is your answer. You can save your time. If you want to check it, you can just check it by multiplying. 2 fours is 8, x times x at x square, 2 into x 2x. Similarly, 1 times 4 is 4x, plus 1 times 1 is 1. This will give you 6x plus 1 plus 8x square. Upon multiplying with the monomial, that is 3, you're going to get the same thing what I did. It's sometimes you just have to apply the logic rather than moving and applying and wasting your time. Now, moving on to the sixth question, a minus b by b is equal to 3 by 7. Which among the following is true if we solve it, or it could be the answer like that. So just property of fraction, cross multiply it, you get 7a minus 7b. If I multiply 3b, bringing b terms together, so 3b, it changes its sign. If I shift it to the other side, so it's going to be 10b. So basically a by b is equals to 10 over 7 if I write it like that, because everything is over a by b. Even if you write b by a, which is 7 by 10, you can take the reciprocal of it. So it means b is the option. Moving on to the next set of question that I have, seventh one. Let's work problem. So we just need to understand what is the thing given there inside. While preparing to run a marathon, Amelia created a training schedule in which the distance of the longest run every week increased. This is what we have to focus. Increased by a constant amount. What is that constant amount? We need to work it out. If Amelia's training schedule requires that her longest run in week 4 is a distance of 8 miles. This is what you have to focus. Then in week 16, distance of 26 miles. So let's describe the distance run between 4 and 16. So it's just nothing but just like a slope, because it's a constant amount. Okay, so change in mile, that is 26 output, as you can also describe it, 26 minus 8 divided by 16, changes in the week. So 26 minus 8 will give you 18 over 12. It means 3 6 3 4, which will further give you 3 by 2. Upon doing it further, it gives you 1.5. So check where is 1.5. Here is bingo. That's your answer. That is how you have to do about when a question is given. Moving on to the next one. 8. Which of the following equations represent a line that is parallel to the line with the equation y is equal to -3? Okay, so we know the criteria. Whenever a line is parallel, its slope is same. Slope won't change. So y is equal to -3x plus 4. And what is the trick to find out the slope? This itself is your slope. The coefficient with x, the number with x is always your slope. So your slope is -3 if it is parallel to this particular set of equations what is given. So think logically, okay, which equation would be having the same slope as -3? So if I could change this now, move around with the options, you can easily get the answer. B is little slightly confusing. Many students will get confused by writing it. If I shift y to the other side, but it is +3. Here it is -3. So this rules out. 2x minus 3y. Okay, if I shift it to the other side, 2x minus 6 is equals to 3y, but y has to be the subject, so dividing by 3. Definitely 2 by 3, it won't be the option. X is equal to y also is not an option, because when you keep 3y and shift x the other side, although you are getting it negative, but since y has to be the subject, you have to divide by 3, it is -1 by 3. So it is just like a perpendicular case, so it rules out. So your only option is A. If you want to check it, you can check it by doing it over here. Keep 2y, shift -6x to the other side along with 15. As I said, y must be the subject, it should stand alone. This 2 also should be moved to the other side or divided by 2. Now, if you can check 2 times 1, 2 times 3, so y is equals to -3x. That means my slope is -3. And that's what they asked us, parallel. So exactly same means A is the option. So ninth question, if a is equal to 2. So if a is equal to 2, if I replace a with 2, what would be the solution set among that? So it's good thing that they have given us the option. All of these are like you have to just plug in place of x. So this is my y, that is the output. I don't have to do that. So I will concentrate on this x3. 3 minus 2, root of 1, 3 minus 2 is 1, root of 1 is 1. Will it be equal to 3 minus 4? No, certainly not, because 1 is not equal to negative 1. Similarly, 2 minus 2 is 0. Will I'm getting the same on my right hand side. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. No. So these options rules out. This also rules out. 3. 3 minus 2 is again 1. No, it won't. So you are left with only D. D is the answer. If you want to check, check it. Since they have given A as this one, here 6 minus 4, which is 2. This is the square root of 4, which is plus or minus. And since it is positive, so we can take the positive answer. Moving on to the next set of question number 10. Again, an algebraic fraction we have with the unknown t. We need to work it out and get the values. Just times it. So you get 10 times t minus 50, bringing t terms together and the number together. Like terms, you can say basically, is equals to negative 50. And this, when I shift positive to the other side, is also negative 5. Minus 55. This will give me negative 9. T minus 10t. Okay, this is t. So what is the value of t now? 55 over 9. This negative makes it positive because of the equality symbol. If they are same signs, we can write. So D option you have to tick. Now moving on to the question number 11. X is equals to 2y plus 5. Y is equal to 2x minus 3 times x plus 9. So what do we have to do over here? Make one particular thing. How many ordered pair will it have? So first let us solve. X is equals to 2y plus 5. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to write this in terms of one variable, like that. I subtracted 5 and then divided by 2. I'm going to get this one. If I plug it over here in place of the second equation, if I name it, in place of y as x minus 5 over 2 is equals to 2x minus 3 times x plus 9. So what happens is, now multiply by 2 in order to get rid of this 2. When I multiply this entire with 2, so I'm going to get, okay, I'm multiplying this with 2 now, this entire bracket, x plus 9, this is 9. So what happens, this goes out. I'm going to get x minus 5 is equals to, multiply this one, this is negative 3. So what it will give me, twice of 2x square, okay, plus 2 times 9x is 2x times 9 is 18x minus 3x minus 27. So 2 times 2 is 4x square. I'm going to shift it to the other side and write it over here. 4x square plus this 18 minus 3 is 15. 15 times 2 will give me 30x minus 27 times 2, which is nothing but 54. And then what are we going to do? We have here x minus 5. If I shift this entire terms to the other side, make it a proper quadratic equation, what I'm going to get is 4x square plus 15 to the 30x minus x means it will give me 29x minus 54 plus 5. If I had, I'll get around 49 equals to 0. Upon solving, you may notice that this is just like a parabola because x square is there, and negative 49 means it will be a down and increasing parabola somewhere over here. And since we need to work it out and get the values of x, how many solutions we have, since it is quadratic, and if it crosses x2, we get 2 solutions. You don't have to solve entire thing and show the answer. They are just asking us to find out the system of equation, how many solutions we will have. So it will be basically 2 because we have a quadratic, and since it is a positive value, so the parabola opens upward. Okay, so you just need to answer it like that. Moving on to the question number 12, wherein what is given a word problem again. Ken and Paul each ordered a sandwich at a restaurant. The price of Ken's sandwich was X dollars, and the price of Paula's sandwich was $1 more than that. Okay, so this is more than one means we can write it as X since it is given in X dollars. We don't know exactly what price it is, so we'll write it as one more for Ken's, which is X plus one. Split the cost of the sandwiches evenly and each paid a 20% tip. Okay, because of following expression, what expression suits that? So together, if I write it, okay, and the percentage, the amount that they paid is 20%. So 100% because they paid the full amount. Along with that, they paid 20% tip. So 100% means 1. 20% is nothing but 0.2. So it means basically 1.2. So 2x plus 1, and they paid it evenly. So we have to divide by 2. So what would be the answer now? 2x plus 1. 1.2 half is will give me 0.6. Upon multiplying further, since we have to work it out and get the answer, twice 2 times 0.6 will give me 1.2x plus 0.6. 1 times 0.6 is 0.6. So which is the option? Option C. Moving on to the next question, question number 13. We have two parabolas, okay, with the function given there, 8x square minus 2 and negative 8x square plus 2 are graphed, and they intersect at this point, that is k minus k and k comma 0. We need to work it out and get the value of k. Okay, so it means since the point lies towards the x-axis, I mean on the x-axis, so this particular function is equal to 0. For what value it is equal to 0? If we could get that, that's nothing but our k, which falls on the x-axis. So just add up 0, I mean plus 2, because this gets cancelled. You get 8x square is equal to 2. X square is equals to 2 over 8, because I need to work it out and get that x, which is my k. So x is equals to under root of 2 by 8, which is nothing but 1 by 4, and I get plus or minus 1 by 2. But since that k, I'm taking the positive value over here, that is nothing but 1 by 2. It is negative also on the other side, but our option is to get that value. Positive, negative, it's a different thing. Option is 1 by 2. Moving on to the next set of questions, question number 14. It is given in the form of a complex number, but we need to write in the proper standard form, what we call a plus bi. It is like I have in the numerator as well as denominator. I need to get rid of that I in the denominator. So I will take in the complex number form, if the students have already knowing it, the concept like denominator I, if we have to avoid, we must take the conjugate of it. So if I take the conjugate of that, it means the I term, I coefficient, which is negative, have to be positive. If it is positive, it must be negative. That is nothing but the conjugate. So I'll take that 3 plus 2i multiplying and dividing by the conjugate. So what happens is, denominator you have 3 minus 2i and 3 plus 2i, which is of the form a minus b and a plus b algebraic, which will give me a square minus b square. So what you have to do is just work out 2i and 2i, which is nothing but 4i square. And remember, I is root of minus 1 means I is root of minus 1. So square is negative 1. So this is what you have to focus. 3 times 3 is 9. Minus is from the formula. Then 2i is giving me negative 4. Then multiply the numerator now. That 8 times 3 is 24. And we need to work out what is the value of a, which is a real number. This is what we have to focus. We don't have to worry about what we are getting in the I. We just have to look at the real part, which is independent of I. 8 times 3 is 24. Plus 8 times 2 is 10i. Obviously, I don't have to worry about that part. Then minus 3i. Then minus 1 minus i into 2i will give me negative 2i square. As I told you, I square is minus 1. So minus 1 into minus 2 will give me positive 2. 24 plus 2 makes it 26 plus 7i divided by 9 plus 4 is 13. So this 13 must be taken with 26 as well as with the imaginary part, because it's common to both. As we are focusing mostly on the real part, 26 divided by 13, 26 divided by 13 will give you 2. Check is the option. Yes, A, 2 is the answer. 36 divided by 26 divided by 13. Moving on to this one now, a quadratic equation, and itself is mentioned in the question. K and P are constants. We need to work out and get the value of X solution. Definitely we'll get two solutions, and options are like we are getting radical form, the value of X. It's okay. Whenever a quadratic equation is given, we need to write it in the general form by taking the constants together. Okay. So my A, B, C value is like A is 1, B is negative K by 2, and C is definitely 2P according to the given. So what is the formula that we have? Minus B plus or minus under root of B square minus 4AC, B square minus 4AC by 2A. So minus B, you write it down, since it's already negative, minus K by 2 plus or minus under root of B square, that is nothing but K square by 4 minus 4A, A is 1, and C, remember it is negative. Why it is negative? Although it is given as positive over here, but if we try and shift it and make the proper form, it will turn out and give us a negative. Divided by 2 times A is 1, that is nothing but 2. So it is K by 2, negative negative, plus or minus under root of K square by 4 plus 4 times 2 is 8P divided by 2. So by here itself, you can easily rules out what would be your solution. These two definitely will not be your answers, because check here, it is K by 2, K by 2, whereas this two denominator, the denominator 2 is common to the numerator two terms, the one with radical and without radical, beta. So 2 by 2 will makes you 4. Now you need to check out K by 4 plus or minus, and this 4 8 is 32, see 32. So it means B option is your correct option. Here you don't have to worry about this 2. The reason is this LCM, if you take 4 8 is 32. So it means this rules out. You don't have to do the entire thing. You can make the conclusion there itself. Moving on to the next set of questions that we have, 16. Triangle is given with proportional heights. Okay. We need to work it out and get this one shampoo thing, which is written over here. What is the maximum height? Inches of a shampoo bottle. We need to work it out. So let's just call it as Y. They are given in proportional, so means the total can be taken as 6x, whereas this is given as 18 inches. So when they are proportional, the middle range, this is the mid value, that is the thing which we have to work it out. So it can be noted down as 6x over 3x is equals to 18 over, since I said we need to work it out that. So this will give me 2. 2y is equals to 18. So y is nothing but half of 18, that is 9. That is what you have to do. Moving on to question number 17, a right angle triangle. Triangle above the sine x degree. The value is given as 0.6. We know that SOHCAHTOA TOA thing. So sine x degree is 0.6. It's given. What is the cosine? Cosine of y. So this thing every student have to know, that the relationship between the sine and cos, they are complement. They are just like the complementary angles. So if this is x, this one has to be 90 minus x. So that's why they are equal. So it means the value of cos y, as I said, they are complementary. So they are equal. So it means your cos of y degree is also equal to the value 0.6, because the relationship is this angle complementary is this angle. This is anywhere rules out because it's a 90 degree. Moving on to the next set of questions, we have for what real values of x the equation above is true. So x cube minus 5x square plus 2x minus 10 is equals to 0. From this one, I'm taking x square common, so I'll have x minus 5. And from here, if I take 2 common, I'm going to get the same thing, x minus 5. Just like I have rearranged the terms, or you can say splitting method. So x minus 5, x square plus 2 is equals to 0. Since they asked me to find out the real values, this is the main important just in the question. So both of them will be equal to 0. If x minus 5 is equals to 0, this is the exact real values I'm getting. What about the other bracket? The other bracket, I'm not going to get the real answer because it is nothing but the answer with iota. Root of minus 2 and root of negative number is I, which rules out, and my only answer is x is equals to 5. Next set of question we have 19th. If x comma y is the solution to the system of equations above, what is the value of x? Simultaneous linear equations we have in two variables. Just solve it as per your own, but the best one is to eliminate it. So, and that can be done if I just simply multiply the top one with 2, because 2 times 3 will give me 6. So negative 6x plus 8y is equals to 2 times 20 is 40. Down one will remain same. I don't have to change that. 15, and I don't have to even change the sign because as it is negative already. So close out. This is 11y is equals to 55. So y value is going to give me 5. They asked us to work it out and get x. Plug this y is equals to 5 in any of these equation. Let us keep it in the second one. You can also keep it in first to get the answer. So 6x is 15. So 15 minus 15 will give me 0. So x value is nothing but 0. If you want to check your solution, just substitute 0 and 5 over here. 6 times 0 is 0. 3 times 5 is 15. Bingo. Now, the final set of question for this practice test 4. The mesosphere is the layer of Earth's atmosphere between 50 kilometers and 85 kilometers above Earth's surface. At a distance of 50 kilometers from Earth's surface, the temperature in the mesosphere is 5 degrees. And a distance of 80 kilometers from the Earth's surface, the temperature of the mesosphere is minus 80. It means there is a decrease. From minus 5 to minus 80 means it's nothing but 75 degrees. Likewise, from 80 kilometers to 50 kilometers, there is a decrease in I mean 80 to 50. So 30 kilometers we can say. So they are asking us for every additional 10 kilometers. This is what our focus should be. Temperature mesosphere decreases by k, where k is a constant. Just like the slope, what is the value of k? So if it has to be 10, additional 10, so dividing by 3 to both for every 10, remember, that's why I'm dividing by 3. What would be the number on top? Change, the constant, which is 25. This is the answer. So I hope the doubts are clear, but still if there is any, please just give it in the comment box. I hope you like the video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.